Imagine a restaurant menu as more than just a list of dishes. It's a sophisticated psychological instrument engineered to influence your dining decisions with remarkable precision. Professional menu designers are cognitive architects who transform seemingly simple paper into powerful marketing tools, wielding an intricate science of visual persuasion that operates just beneath conscious perception. Every single element, from typography to color placement, from spatial arrangement to linguistic framing, represents a carefully calculated strategy designed to guide diners toward specific purchasing behaviors. These design professionals understand that menus are not neutral information displays, but complex communication systems that tap into deep psychological mechanisms of human decision-making. Menu engineering combines principles from graphic design, behavioral economics, psychology, and marketing to create visual experiences that subtly manipulate customer perception and spending patterns. The most effective menus don't just present food options. They tell a strategic narrative that nudges customers toward higher margin selections while creating positive emotional associations with dining experience. Typography serves as one of the most nuanced psychological tools in this design arsenal. Restaurants meticulously select typefaces that communicate specific emotional and cultural signals, transforming simple text into a sophisticated communication channel. An elegant serif font might evoke sophistication and tradition, suggesting premium dining experiences, while clean sans serif typography could signal modernity, freshness, and contemporary culinary approaches. These font choices are never random, but represent deliberate attempts to create specific psychological impressions that subtly influence customer perceptions and expectations. The visual language of a menu speaks volumes before a single dish is even considered, priming diners for particular gastronomic experiences and price expectations. Color psychology represents another critical dimension of menu design, functioning as a powerful subliminal communication tool. Warm colors like red and orange naturally stimulate appetite and create a sense of urgency, encouraging faster decision-making and potentially higher spending. Cooler tones like blue can make pricing seem more palatable, reducing psychological resistance to expenditure. Professional designers understand these chromatic nuances, strategically deploying color to guide visual attention and emotional responses. Menu layouts are carefully engineered to exploit natural human visual scanning patterns, placing high-margin items in sweet spot locations where eyes instinctively gravitate. The top right corner, for instance, represents prime real estate for lucrative dishes that restaurants want to prominently feature. Pricing placement becomes another sophisticated manipulation technique, with designers removing currency symbols and avoiding linear numerical columns to reduce the psychological pain of paying. By subtly disguising financial transactions, menus can make spending feel less consequential and more emotionally detached. Some menus even employ strategic decoy pricing, intentionally inserting an expensive item to make other selections appear more reasonably priced, a technique rooted in comparative psychology. This approach leverages cognitive biases, transforming menu design into a nuanced art of psychological suggestion. Language choice further amplifies these persuasive strategies, with carefully crafted dish descriptions that engage multiple sensory dimensions. Evocative sensorial language can transform mundane ingredients into compelling culinary experiences, triggering emotional and physiological responses that make certain dishes irresistible. Descriptive terms like handcrafted, locally sourced, or artisanal don't just describe food. They construct narrative experiences that justify premium pricing and create deeper emotional connections. Menu designers understand that they're not merely presenting food options, but crafting immersive storytelling experiences that engage customers on multiple psychological levels. The most sophisticated menus function as complex communication systems that transcend simple transactional interactions, turning dining into a carefully choreographed emotional journey. Next time you open a menu, recognize that you're not just reading a list of dishes. You're navigating a meticulously engineered experience designed to influence every bite and dollar you'll spend. Every time you open a restaurant menu, you're stepping into a meticulously designed psychological battlefield, where colors, words, and layout are strategic weapons aimed directly at your wallet. Most diners have no idea they're being manipulated, but professional menu engineers are conducting an intricate dance of persuasion with every single design choice. Welcome to the hidden world of menu mind games, where a simple piece of paper becomes a powerful instrument of culinary capitalism. Imagine walking into an upscale restaurant. The menu isn't just a list of dishes, it's a carefully constructed psychological maze engineered to guide your choices. Typography, color psychology, strategic pricing placement, and visual hierarchy are the invisible architects of your dining experience. These aren't random design choices, they're calculated manipulations crafted by experts who understand precisely how human perception works. Let's start with typography, the seemingly innocuous art of font selection. Restaurants don't just randomly choose their fonts, they select them with surgical precision. A study from Cornell University revealed that menu fonts can dramatically influence customer perception and spending. Elegant serif fonts subtly communicate sophistication and tradition, making diners more likely to perceive dishes as high quality and justify higher prices. Conversely, clean sans serif fonts suggest modernity and transparency, which can make pricing feel more straightforward. Color plays an equally critical role in menu psychology. Red isn't just a color, it's a psychological trigger that stimulates appetite and creates a sense of urgency. Many fast food chains deliberately use red in their branding because it subconsciously encourages faster decision-making and increased consumption. Warm colors like orange and yellow create feelings of comfort and excitement, while cooler blues and greens can communicate freshness and healthiness. Professional menu designers understand these chromatic nuances and weaponize them to influence customer behavior. Pricing placement is another fascinating dimension of menu engineering. Skilled designers deliberately remove currency symbols and avoid listing prices in a straight vertical column. Why? Because vertical price columns allow easy price comparison, potentially discouraging spending. By embedding prices within descriptive text and removing currency symbols, restaurants reduce price sensitivity. Customers become more focused on the sensory description of dishes rather than their cost. This subtle psychological trick can increase average order value by up to 30%. Visual hierarchy transforms menus from simple information displays into sophisticated persuasion tools. Prime real estate on menus. Typically, the top right corner is reserved for high-profit items. Designers use techniques like strategic white space, strategic boxing, and strategic highlighting to draw attention to dishes with the highest profit margins. A dish surrounded by elegant white space or enclosed in a subtle border becomes visually more appealing and psychologically more enticing. Descriptive language is another powerful weapon in the menu designer's arsenal. Words aren't just descriptors, they're emotional triggers. Compare chicken sandwich with farmhouse roasted free-range chicken on artisan sourdough. The latter isn't just more descriptive, it's a sensory journey that justifies higher pricing and creates a more immersive dining narrative. Descriptive language activates mental imagery, making dishes feel more desirable and premium. Digital menus have introduced even more sophisticated psychological techniques. Heat mapping technology allows restaurants to track exactly where customers' eyes move, enabling hyper-precise design optimization. Machine learning algorithms now analyze menu performance, helping designers understand which visual and textual elements most effectively drive customer choices. What was once an art form has become a data-driven science of persuasion. Restaurant chains like McDonald's and Starbucks have elevated menu psychology to an art form. Their menus aren't just information displays, they're carefully choreographed experiences designed to maximize psychological engagement and profitability. Every color, every font, every spatial arrangement is a calculated decision aimed at influencing your subconscious mind. The next time you open a menu, remember, you're not just choosing a meal. You're navigating a meticulously designed psychological landscape where every visual element is a strategic invitation. Menu design isn't about information, it's about influence. It's a silent conversation between the restaurant and your subconscious, where the goal is simple: guide your choices, enhance your perception, and ultimately increase their bottom line. Welcome to the fascinating world of menu mind games, where